Hey everybody, Alba Creales here, and welcome to Daily Habits for the Urban Yogi. I am so excited to be interviewing R. Shakti today. Shakti is a, mythologist, storyteller, and teacher's teacher. She combines ecological awareness, social service, and mind-body integration to deliver a message of peace and personal empowerment. Welcome, Shakti. How are you?
Hi, Alba. Thank you. I'm feeling great.
I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so excited for you to share your wisdom with all of our viewers.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for inviting me.
Definitely. So, the first question I've been asking everyone on this summit is a little deep and it's a little personal, but I need to know, what does living consciously mean to you?
Hmm. Yeah, I like to use the word authentic.
Mm.
So, living consciously to me just means living authentically. It means living in your truth, waking up to your truth, and living from your heart. And so, living authentically, you have to know your heart and you have to be able to trust your heart. And so it's a practice. Living consciously becomes a daily practice of waking up and being, totally present to the truth of your of the moment, what's happening all around you, but also what's happening inside of you. And first just being the witness without any attachments or judgments or aversions, just witnessing your inner vibrations and your inner messages, and then breathing deeply into the infinite potential of what can happen next.
That was like beautiful. That needs to be written in some kind of storybook. um, so, how can people work on accessing that inner power and cultivating that self awareness? Because getting from the point where you cultivate enough self awareness so that you can recognize your own journey and your own path is a lot of work. And it's not just like waking up one day and saying, starting today, I'm going to really know myself and I'm going to really trust myself. So, what advice can you offer to people who are perhaps wanting to start this process, this practice, but aren't sure how?
Yeah, this is a good question. For me, it's about the breath, just breathing, just breathe. That's it. And at least that's where it starts, because the deeper awareness happens with practice and with each inhalation and with each exhalation that you take. So truly just taking breathing breaks. That means going out, stopping what you're doing, going outside, taking in the day and inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Smokers do this, right? It's like smoking cigarettes gives you some kind of automatic license to be able to, every 45 minutes or an hour, say, hey, everybody,
Yeah.
I have to go outside and I have to take a break, right?
Yeah, totally.
And of course, so I really believe this is why so many people smoke, because they have this, they need to take breathing breaks. And we all do. We all need this. And so my advice is to breathe and to tell everyone around you, hey guys, I have to take a break, and just go outside and breathe without the cigarette. Take that deep inhalation, the same pull, the same draw off of the infinite universal energy, and draw that in and inhale, fully into the experience of being alive, and then exhale completely, surrendering into the infinite potential of the moment.
Yeah.
And just doing this, just breathing like this, in and out, taking breaks. And of course, stepping away and stepping out of your life and making it a practice. Over time, it'll become a practice in each moment of every day to fully be present and to fully be awake.
What you just said triggered something for me, and it was kind of a reality for many people. So, a lot of urbanites, type A's, people who have demanding careers, families, social lives, it is really difficult for this kind of person to justify taking a breather. Like
Yeah.
a lot of, and I can relate to that. So this question is a little self-motivated, right?
Yeah.
But for instance, I could go onto my little balcony and breathe some fresh air for
Yeah.
5 minutes, or I can knock out maybe 3 to 5 emails, send a few text messages. I might remember to use the restroom. You know, what do you say to that person
Mm.
in an effort to encourage them to make themselves the priority and make them recognize the payoff in taking care of oneself in this way?
Yeah. You know Simon Sinek?
I
Do you know
don't.
guys? He has a bunch of books on leadership, and he actually has this TED Talk that he did that is phenomenal. It has like 20 million views or something. So that's kind of where you can find him. You can find him all over. But he teaches that to succeed in business, you have to start with the question, why? So businesses do their best when they make it very explicit what they believe. And then it inspires others out of that deep intrinsic desire to tap into the why, to tap into the belief. It inspires people to buy their goods or to subscribe, basically to join their club, right?
Right.
So your life is like your most important business. You are in the business of being alive. You're in the business of having a radiant, glorious, abundant existence on this planet. And so when you, what are you going to do? How are you going to live your life to the fullest? How are you going to inspire the most people in a positive way? How are you going to truly celebrate this one amazing life that you have the most abundantly? And I believe that starts with asking yourself the question, why? Why are you here? Why do you get up in the morning? What is this all for? And this is psychospiritual living. This is being hooked in to the deeper awareness of the spirit. And so the other point that Simon Sinek makes is that the businesses that just don't hook into that deeper awareness. They're approaching life from the perspective. They're approaching their marketing. They're approaching their product from the perspective of what they do, what they accomplish, not why they accomplish it. Do you understand? And so when we approach our life from just what are we doing, right? We're doing all of these emails. We're sending these texts. We're filling out this form, we're maybe making our grocery list. These are just what we're doing. But to really get into the deeper and most fulfilling aspects of the human experience really comes from the question, why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And that cannot be found in the world around you. That cannot be found in your texts. That cannot be found even necessarily in your relationships. I mean, your relationships can be a reflection of that inner and deeper awareness, but that true why, that true answer of your own personal purpose is only found in the stillness inside of you, in the authentic space of your heart. And it's only informed through your inner guru. So you have to be able to take the time to become acquainted with your heart and to, make friends with your inner guru and to step into that, because without that, then you're just going through the motions of life. And who wants that? Who wants that?
Right.
Alba, who wants that?
Not me. Not me. You mentioned something that I'm very interested in learning more about, psychospiritual living. I was looking into your teacher training program, and it looks awesome. I mean, for those of you guys who are watching, you need to get to Shakti's website. What is your website, Shakti?
rrshakti.com.
Okay. You guys need to go check her out. She offers a really integrative teacher training program that pulls from Ayurveda and psychospiritual living, and it just sounded lovely, really. Tell me more about psychospiritual living and your mission to empower people through your yoga.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure who else uses that conjunction, psycho-spiritual, but what I mean by that is that we become acquainted with our psyche, or we experience our, rather I should say, we experience our spirit through our psyche. So again, you know, being spiritual is asking those boundary questions I was talking about. Who am I? Why am I here? What is this all for? Something like that. And so we process those questions and those answers for ourselves through our psyche. So this psycho-spiritual connection is absolutely, you know, intrinsic. There's this deep connection there. And so, you know, it's kind of like, I think we all are spiritual, actually.
Definitely.
You may be one of those people that ask these spiritual questions, or these kind of boundary questions of what is this whole thing, life, about. You may ask them all day long, you know, or you might be somebody who just has moments of, you know, wake up calls. Maybe someone in your family passes away, or you see an exquisite sunrise, or something just triggers this heart-blasting awareness of the infinite and the questions, the spiritual opening starts to sort of unravel all of the queries about who we are and why we're here on such a deep, personal, and authentic level. And so we're all spiritual beings in one respect or another. And I think that's the beauty, you know, is looking at all of the answers. And one of the things that I like to offer through the Inner Power Yoga teacher training is a real acceptance, a love for people from all walks of life, and meeting people where they are, and recognizing that religions and worldviews present answers to these spiritual boundary questions that are all incredibly valuable and beautiful, like art. So I kind of think about spirituality as the questions, and religion as the answers. These answers being like a bunch of art in an art museum, you know? And you walk into this art museum, and sometimes you'll walk into an exhibit, or you'll see, you know, an installation that you think, is this art? Should this have been here? You know, like you just don't, it doesn't resonate with you. You think it would be better off in the dumpster out back. And yet there's that room in the art museum that you go, maybe it's, you know, Impressionism or Cubism, or you really love, you know, the art from East Asia or something, and you sit in that room and you just feel the vibes of that artwork, and you could just be there forever. It opens your heart, and it just expresses everything that your spirit wants to dance and wants to sing. And so, you know, when you look at religion and worldviews in this way, like a big art museum, it creates this tolerance and this open understanding of the way that all human beings answer these questions for themselves. And you can start to, like an artist, or like an art historian, or someone who really appreciates art, you can, you know, recognize those things that resonate with you, and still, and those things that don't, but still hold space for them as art in the museum of life. And so we begin from that perspective in the yoga training. Um,